This is so freaking good. So I have some stuff to talk to you guys about. Yeah, I don't know. It's been a while since I've done like a sit down chit chat with you guys. It's been about maybe more than 3 months since I did my Q&A video. I thought I'd come back with a little life update plus a mini Q&A. A lot has happened to me in the past month and a half, maybe 2 months. I can't even believe it myself, honestly. I'm just gonna jump into it. I got some coffee, just a little coffee and chit chat with you guys, so let's just go into it. So life update number 1, I got a job. I know I've been waiting for this for so long, but I finally got a job, and it's one that I'm really excited to do. Mind you, I've been job searching for the past 6 months, and I didn't want just any part-time job just for the sake of money. Like, money is important. Like, I definitely need to start making my own money, but like at the same time I needed a job that like I could enjoy, something that kind of relates to my field, and I finally found one. So let me give you guys a bit of a story time on how I got this job. So first off, this job that I got was not my first choice. I had originally wanted to work as a teaching artist with the Alliance Theater in Atlanta because I volunteered as a teaching artist for the summer camps in the past 2 summers, and I thought, you know, maybe I'll actually apply for a real position since I'm done with college. I applied, I go through the interview process, both went really well, and then a few days after the interview, I did not get picked. I'm a little disappointed, not gonna lie, but then I just kind of brushed it off the next day and like, you know what, it's fine. I'll just apply again in a few months. Maybe they'll accept me then. And then not too long after I got rejected, I get an email from them asking if I was interested in doing their camp again. And I'm like, I mean, not really, because, you know, I need a real job, you know? But for this year, they're actually gonna pay their teachers. Like, instead of having their internship, they're gonna turn it into a summer training program, and everyone will receive a stipend. So I'm like, okay, I'll do that then. And like afterwards, when it's over, maybe I'll apply again and maybe they'll accept me then. I apply for the training program, I go through that interview process, I meet everybody over Zoom, and then afterwards I kind of just waiting for a few weeks. And then one day, while I'm babysitting my sister, I get the email from Alliance and they rejected me again. I'm just having like a long hard day. Mind you, I'm watching my 6-year-old sister, and it's so hard not to break down and cry in front of your youngest sibling because you want to set an example for them, but it's hard. I had to excuse myself and go into the other room, and I'm just like bawling my eyes out because I'm like so stressed, and I was already stressed out enough as it is that day, but it was just difficult when you like work with a company that you care about for free for 2 years, and when you finally want to be a part of their team and then they reject you twice, you know, it just ain't meant to be. With that being said, I had to go back to square one. I said square run. I meant square one. I'm having a week, y'all. I'm sorry. I had to start from scratch and start job searching again. And like, mind you, I hate job searching. Like, it's so hard, especially when you're a person in my field. I'm an entertainer. Like, I sing, I dance, I act, I do other things, but it's hard. So I'm job searching like a maniac. Like, I'm probably like searching like 3 to 4 times a day, applying to maybe 3 or 4 jobs a week. I know that doesn't seem much, but it's a lot. Anyway, fast forward to around March. I found a few job opportunities, and 2 of my closest friends were helping me throughout all of this. My best friend Bailey's been looking for jobs for me in like journalism and writing, because I am a writer. I do have my own blog. I have my own blog, Just Being Me, and I've been writing for her campus for about a year and a half now. So I've been looking for jobs in like writing as well, you know, writing for websites or for companies, or like being like a social media coordinator or content creator. And my other friend Abby, who's a long distance friend of mine, she's been helping me out as well. She actually recommended me to her boss for her company, which is like a graphic design company. And basically my friend told me that her boss was looking for a social media coordinator and stuff. So I'm like, okay, cool, I can do that stuff, you know, kind of like just work on stuff for their page, for the website, for their Instagram page and all that stuff. So I applied for that. Me and Abby are kind of like working on my resume, kind of fixing it up, working on my cover letter. Like, she was a big help for this position. So I sent that not too long after I kind of like got everything done, and I like send everything to my friend's boss. I'm kind of just waiting, and then maybe about a week or so later, this is at the end of March, I email Abby's boss to see, you know, if she looked at everything, was she still interested in me, you know. And then she finally emailed me back, and basically she was now looking for someone of my kind. And by, when I say by my kind, I mean like of my position. She was looking for someone who was more of a business major. I was not a business major. I was a performing arts major. I am an entertainer, but I guess it wasn't enough for her. So I'm like, why do I even bother? I tell Abby what happened, and she apologizes, you know, and everything, and she hopes for the best for me. So after that, I'm applying for jobs again. So not too long I got rejected for that position. I'm pretty much back to applying again. I applied for 2 more jobs on that same day. I applied for a job as like an usher for this theater attraction at Stone Mountain Park. And then the second job was the Little Yogis dance teacher position. I applied for those 2, and then afterwards I pretty much just give myself a little break. I'm kind of just chilling at my dad's house watching Summer. And then not too long afterwards, my stepmom comes back from work, and I pretty much just update her on everything that happened. And this is what I love about my stepmom, because she pretty much can make me feel so much better whenever I'm like in a bit of a funk. She kind of tells me, you know, something else will come, something better is happening. If you got rejected from this, that means something better is coming. Because like I felt like I was like so behind, and then she's like, no you're not, no you're not, you know, God will guide you to the right path, kind of along the lines of something like that. And this is what really made me laugh in a good way, mind you. Not even 2 minutes after we had that conversation, I get a phone call. I don't recognize the number, but it is from Atlanta, so I answered anyway. And basically it's this lady who works at the Little Yogis in Roswell, Georgia, and she wanted to have an interview with me. I'm like, what? She originally wanted to meet me in person, but I told her my current situation, so we decided to do a Zoom call. After that phone call, I'm like jumping for joy, literally jumping for joy in the living room. God works in the most mysterious but the best possible ways. And then later on that evening, I get an email from Stone Mountain Park saying that they want to have a phone interview with me too. So I'm like, okay, I got 2 interviews to look forward to. I pray that one of them works out. I have the phone interview with Stone Mountain Park 2 days later. That goes well, and it ended with me planning to meet with the people at Stone Mountain Park in person in Atlanta. So I'm like planning to go to Atlanta like 2 weeks after that interview. So I'm like, okay, cool, maybe this will be it. Maybe this will be the job. And then the next day, that Saturday, I have my Zoom call with the lady I was talking to from the Little Yogis. It went really, really well. And she basically hired me on the spot. At first, I wasn't 100%, but she wanted to like have a couple meetings with me and the rest of the teachers, and then I would start by June 1st. So I guess she hired me on the spot. But like I'm like confused but also really excited at the same time, because I'm like, as soon as I'm done with the Zoom call, my mom comes home from running errands, and I run out the door. She is still in the car, mind you, and I pretty much told her I think I got hired. And it just turned out to be the best day ever. This was on my dad's birthday, so I was gonna be seeing the whole family. So later on I told everybody what happened, and everyone is so excited for me. I tell my family, I tell my boyfriend, like I'm just kind of like shocked that it happened. Like, I have a job now. So yeah, your girl is gonna start her job on June 1st. So because I got this job, I'm moving. That's the second announcement. I'm pretty much moving to Atlanta in less than 2 weeks, actually. By the time you're watching this, it's definitely gonna be like almost close to a week. But I have so much to prepare. I got to kind of figure out what my curriculum is going to be when I start. Like, I'm really excited to move to Atlanta. I've been trying to get to Atlanta for so long, and it's finally happening. The good thing about this is that I'm not going to be doing like a whole lot of packing, I guess, because I'm only going to be moving in with my auntie and uncle temporarily. I'm not going to be moving into my own place immediately. I want to wait at a minimum of 2 to 3 months, kind of just see what my average payment is going to be like and what am I earning monthly, and kind of just see what I can afford. The fact that I am moving away from home is bizarre. I know it's nothing out of the ordinary. Like, I lived away from home before. This isn't anything new, but this will be my first time moving, and like, I'm not coming back at like certain times, except maybe holidays or like, you know, family stuff or whatever. You know, it's not like I'm in school and like I'm going home like on the breaks, or like I can go home like whenever. Like, I have a job now. This is adulthood. But it's weird. It's really, really weird. I'm excited to move to Atlanta though. I get to see all of my friends who live in Atlanta. Some of like our old college buddies. Some are like friends that I've known before I went to school that live there now. Got family there, of course. It's just great. I'm really, really excited, honestly. The only thing that I'm kind of like a bit nervous about is the driving. I have not driven really anywhere outside of Augusta, except maybe a couple times in Savannah, but that was only when my mom was visiting. But as far as driving in Atlanta, I've never done it before, and I'm honestly nervous because I know drivers there are insane. And honestly, the good thing about my job is that, for one, it's like maybe 30 something minutes away from my auntie and my uncle's house, and I don't necessarily have to go on to the interstate, but it does take me a bit longer to get there, like maybe another like 4 minutes longer than normal if traffic isn't bad. But I'm still pretty much a bit nervous about driving. I guess a good thing is my shifts are in morning time, so it's not an all day thing, so I don't have to deal with afternoon traffic. I'm pretty much done for the day at like 1 something, and then I kind of just get to go home. Luckily, I get to go to Atlanta next weekend, so we can figure out our route from where I'm staying and up to my job, so I can practice driving a little bit while I'm there for the day, and maybe by the time I start, I feel more comfortable on the road. But other than that, I'm really excited to start this job and get to live in Atlanta and pretty much just start the next chapter of my life.